Welcome here, ladies and gentlemen. Today, we all know about the biology exam tomorrow. Well, at least for me tomorrow. Don't know about you. You might be having it a couple months because you might be watching in January 2027. I don't know, right? But at least for me, I have my biology exam tomorrow, and the best way I've seen to revise is by teaching people about the specific thing, right? So, mitosis. Basically, this is this basically cells in multicellular organisms dividing up and making new ones. This is different from what is done. This is a cell, right? This is different from what is done in bacteria because what they do is binary fission. The difference between mitosis and binary fission is that mitosis is controlled and binary fission isn't, right? Binary fission just replicating as much as it physically can. This is the difference. This is also the difference between a nuclear power plant and a nuclear bomb, right? So, is that one is controlled, one is not, right? So let's get to it. So I just hit the craziest workout of my life, right? This is like hypothetically, I did this Sunday, right, while I was filming for the nerve thing, but that's paper 2 and I don't have that tomorrow. So yeah, pretend this was me on Sunday. Hit the craziest workout of my life, right? A lot of the cells around this individual cell, this lucky little cell, are like dead and shit. I don't know. Right. So in here is the genetic material. Pretend there's like ribosomes, mitochondria, all that. Yeah, we're not gonna focus on all that. If you want an accurate diagram, then look up an accurate diagram and do whatever perverted things you want to do to it, right? So we're gonna start with the I'm not sure if you have to name it. I'll go pause recording and we'll check. Turns out you don't. You don't gotta memorize the names, just this process, right? So it first starts off with the first starts off with the prophase, right? Where everything just basically doubles, right? All the genetic material inside the cell, it doubles. Right? Oh wait, fuck. Then we got the metaphase, where basically these spindles, right? The spindles, they go out and they attach and grab to the both the they attach to the genetic material, right? It's gonna take a bit of time to draw. Um, so after the meta, I think this is called the metaphase. Listen, I'm just gonna describe the process from now. I'm not gonna be bothered remembering the names because you don't really have to. You just gotta remember the process. Remember. So yeah, then all the genetic material. What the oh yeah, all the genetic material is moved from the middle of the cell to the outer edges of the cell as why did I draw them like this, bro? Yeah, all the genetic material is moved closer to the 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 edges of the cell, right? You see that? And that, yeah, so the genetic material and everything moves to the edge of the cell. And then the cell does the thing. Cell does the cell thing, which we all wait for the cell to do. It commits cytokinesis. Right? This is the cell splitting in half. And this is mitosis. Now, this is different to meiosis, right? So, let's move over to this side. Pretend this is inside of your balls. If you weren't born with the correct anatomy, pretend this is in my balls, alright? So, this is a cell. Don't know the specific name. I'll go check. It is called a spermatocyte, right? Pretend this is a spermatocyte, right? You've got all the squiggly chromosomes, everything in there, right? Yeah, so we got the spermatocyte in here. We got the flagella, right? Just making you uncomfortable. Then why you watch? Why are you even doing? But I forgot that is mandatory. Never mind. Never mind. So yeah, the spermatocyte in the testicles, right? Does all the genetic material. It does doubling. The whole spindly things. Do the drag you to one side of the cell, other side of the cell, right? It um it's relatively the same process as mitosis, right? You see there's one critical difference which I will show you in a couple seconds once I manage to get this all correctly, because because some people here are visual learners, right? They see things and then they learn. Yeah. So here the cell is undergoing has just it has just undergone the mitosis, right? Yeah, so you see there are two spermatocytes within, the um yeah, there are now two spermatocytes, each with the same number of chromosomes, right? Now, before they become sperm cells, then they do another thing, right? They split again. However, there's a however this time, right? There's a there's a there's a however this time. The genet the genetic material doesn't get it does not replicate this time. It does not copy itself. It does not make doubles, stunt doubles, Dublin copies, City of Dublin, Dublin the money. Does not do all of that, right? Uh, yeah. So, so these spermocytes. You will not need to remember the name, by the way. These spermocytes split, but they don't replicate the genetic material this time. Uh, right. You see, there are four sperm cells produced within my balls or your balls. And actually, this is happening in everyone's balls right now. If you have balls that work, right? So, yeah, every functioning testicle, this is happening inside of right now, right? You can see this also happens in every ovary, but like during the fetal stage, right? So women, this happens in your body, but not at all times, right? So yeah, you can see there are several key differences between mitosis and meiosis, which is what's happened over here, right? Okay, fuck. There we are. So mitosis is happening in every cell except except for the reproductive cells. This is both male and female because it happens with eggs too, as I said, but only during when the baby's a fetus. Right? Difference is that there's a second stage in meiosis, whereas there is no second stage in mitosis. Right? This means that all the gametes, like sperm and egg, maybe pollen too, who knows, right? Yeah, pollen, seed, every gamete in every multicellular organism is if a multicellular organism, all multicellular organisms have gametes, I'm pretty sure. Complex multicellular orgis, organisms, everything non-microscopic, even some microscopic things like worms, I'm pretty sure have gametes, like sperm, egg, then it wouldn't be able to reproduce, right? Everything that doesn't split in half, right? Um, yeah. So, getting back on track, yeah, this one, the meiosis results in gametes, mitosis results in regular cells. This means that mitosis results in haploid cells, and and mitosis results in diploid cells. Forgive me for my handwriting. It's why I got diagnosed with Asperger's. Um, so the way I remember it, that haploid is these and diploid is these, is because haploid has half half of the cells of half the chromosomes of a diploid cell, and a diploid cell has double the cells, chromosomes of a haploid cell. Duh, you know? Right? So yeah, that's how I remember it. There, there's all. I forgot to. It's implied, but there's also the second stage in in the meiosis. I'm not sure if it's if this becomes. I don't think I actually drew meiosis accurately. I think it's more like, and then it splits down the middle. I don't know. You don't really need to get into. Wait, no, I'm wrong. It produces four cells. I forgot. Yeah. So the ha and the also applies to the amount of cells produced. This one produces 4 cells. This one produces 2 cells. Right? Another difference is that these two, are identical. Identical. These 4 are not identical. Right? Yeah, this is just muscle cell 1 and muscle cell 2. But this one, right? I mean, not this one. But these could be you. That could be a twin. That could be your triplet. That could be a quadruplet. If they all manage to get in the same time, you know, during the, all that. Right? You get that? But these are all genetically dissimilar. These are not identical. As you can... What the fuck is the Z key? Yeah, there it is. Alright. Yes. Should have just done that. Yeah, these are, as you can see, the chromosomes here aren't identical, but like they're meant to be identical. These ones are, you saw they were just like cut in half and all. These are not genetically identical, right? Another place where the half and the double also comes into place is, oh yeah, I forgot to mention chromosomes. Right, so the gametes have 23 chromosomes, and the muscle skeleton, and then the diploid cells have 23 pairs. Although there are certain conditions, there are certain conditions in which, I'm sorry, I'm just remembering when someone asked in science if there was an opposite to Down syndrome, and then someone said Ob syndrome. I'm sorry. Back to seriousness. Yeah. So there are certain conditions in which there may be more or there may be less chromosomes in a gamete or in any cell, really. The one major exception to this is the red blood cell, and if you saw the blood video, then you would have seen mine. And the reason that red blood cells are the exception is because they have 0 chromosomes. That's an O. 0 chromosomes. There are 0 chromosomes in this thing, right? If there are 0 chromosomes, is it alive? Right? That's not part of the exam, but we'll just leave it, right? Yeah. That's mitosis and meiosis. Next video, we'll be covering stem cells. Alright. See ya. God bless. Good luck.